to get this going. With our show cup going into edition number 59 today, on this glorious Saturday afternoon. Best of 7, folks. The best undead versus orc in the world, and the decision of who's going to be able to become the champion once again of show cup and be challenged again tomorrow. Tomorrow, by the way, by none other than Lynn himself. We start our best of 7 on Autumn Leaves. We're fly spawning the top right, playing a Blade Master. Okay. I saw this base and I was like, ah, too bad. No Blade Master, but it is going to be a Blade Master with Headhunters. The still somewhat unusual build which we've been seeing creeping in for some orcs. And I like that a lot. I have been saying for at least a year now that I think Blade Master is the way to go against especially Happy. Happy is especially good against Farseer Headhunter style, or to be more precise, he is way better at not dying early to Farseer Headhunters. And then the later the game goes, the weaker the Farseer becomes. Same cannot be said for the Blade. He will remain strong at all points. Well, will be very strong in the late game. Let me rephrase. But in the early game, the Blade Master is very weak. That is the big downside of the hero. But on this map, normally, you can very reliably creep up the Blade Master with good items. You can get claws here, and the circlet, you can get claws here. And, in my opinion, that's the main benefit. Oh, Blade Master trying to steal the first last hit. This would be a big deal, and he gets it! Happy getting somewhat surprised here, I believe. Has to invest another coil to get the last hit right there. Blade Master putting in some decent damage, but now that Happy knows the blade is part of the equation, shouldn't really lose anything else. Lost a bit of HP on the DK, but that's not too big of a deal. And the Blade Master, by the way, doesn't even have a shop, so this is a fairly fast tech to borrow with Headhunter. And I always forget, who was the guy who pioneered this style? I think it was either Lin or Soen, right? I'm sure some people in chat will know. But yeah, this is something new. Not Blade Master grunts, not Farseer Headhunters, no. Blade Master and Headhunters. This has, like I said, been out for a while. Oh, big last hit! Oh, that was so important. Every single last hit here for experience is a really big deal. Oh, and the blade gets it here. This was certainly a mistake by Happy. This means Happy is not going to get level 2 from finishing this camp. And this is a good early game for Fly, I should say. Death Knight still only level 1 without the aura. This is always very annoying. The game becomes much easier for the undead once you have the aura. And I think this is a pretty simple way for us to make out that this indeed was a good early game for Fly, as the tech is progressing. Fly's got the faster tier 2. Normally, Shadowhunter second is always going to be the choice here. I wonder if TC second could be good. Especially if the Death Knight is slowed down so much. The Death Knight's levels are relevant here, because if he's level 3 fast, you have to play Shadowhunter second. Because otherwise you're just going to get eviscerated on tier 2 with the DK Lich Harass or DK Dark Ranger Harass. But if the DK is so low level as we see here, then maybe you can also go TC second. I haven't seen anybody do that yet though, so I'm not sure. Alright, Happy finally wants to get his level 2. Should be able to get it here unless there's some kind of miracle, but no, there isn't. Oh, Kale. Very surprised that Happy isn't immediately demanding him to leave. Alright, now we got the aura. Now the Headhunters are in a bit more trouble. How feisty is Fly feeling? That one ghoul goes down right away. We can see the Headhunter focus fire looking pretty decent. Traded for... 2 for 1 so far. Okay, not too bad, but of course the DK still has the level advantage. And the aura is quite dangerous when it comes to surrounding. Good micro. Hey, level 2 for Fly. It's a 3 for 1 trade so far in terms of units. But I think the DK is going to be able to get a little bit more. Tier 2 coming. Lich on the way. He could cancel the Lich and go for the Dark Ranger right now if he wants. With that, perhaps he can get more kills, but no, doesn't seem to want to do that. Oh, good deny though. DK has 1 more coil left. He's going to use it to get the kill, but lose the ghoul in return. Oh, but more headhunters in trouble. Good split. Just like an Olympic gymnast with an impressive split. Gets out of there. And what's the tally? I think it was 4 ghouls for 2 headhunters or 3. So purely resource-wise, it was favorable for Fly. But it's not only about resources, it's also about mid-game tempo. How well can you keep creeping? This is oftentimes the problem when orcs lose their headhunters. Their creep speed drops to minimal very quickly, whereas the undead will always still have skellies that he can rely on. And the DK is continuing to creep. This replenishment potion that he found is going to be very helpful. As Lich joins new Rod. Tier 3 coming. And a Fiend transition quite early. With the Shadowhunter now, probably gonna hex the High Priest here, I guess. And yeah, then he can creep the middle very well. Very good early game. Very good early game for Fly. Really liking his position. Now he must make sure that he can reach double level 3 on first and second hero. And cruise well into a stable late game position. He was, of course, also wonderful. Oh, happy. Also with some lightning shield creeping. Using the items that he found well. Buying a circlet as well. Uh-oh. We are playing on China North 2, by the way. So I'm kind of surprised that 1-0 is lagging so much. I myself have a ping of around 300 on this server. So fingers crossed that I'm not gonna start lagging. Chad is saying Happy is nervous. Maybe. I mean, this was a big source of his income. This tournament series, when he won 49 editions in a row, of course. That was taken from him, from 1-0 himself. He was the guy to ruin it for him. And now, he has been eliminated. Thank you, by the way, Peanut Butter Pancakes with a 20-month resub. And Old Maid Dad with the 8 months. Happy with a very passive mid-game. Creeping top left in the corner where it's likely that it's going to be left alone. Just creeping with heroes and skellies. This is what I was talking about earlier. As undead, even if you leave all your units in the base or you lose all your units, you can always still creep with the skellies. Which is a big creep advantage that the race has. Blade Master is now level 3. Is not going Windwalk 2. Interesting. Crit level 2 instead. Of accuracy, very good for the headhunters indeed. Blade himself, though, hardly stacked at all. A single circlet is the only thing he has. Wait. Kind of missed this camp being crept. Did Happy get that? No way, right? Whoa! Whoa! I didn't even see that. Tiny Great Hall before TC. Wow. That is very greedy. If Happy had just spammed ghouls and gone for the frenzy timing, this would be almost impossible to hold. Without a TC holding a ghoul flood. Oh, wait, the TC is also here. Wait a minute. Excuse me, guys. I'm semi-blind so far today, apparently. How does Fly have all this gold? I guess he didn't buy too many items on the blade. He sold the TP. Yeah, it works out. Now let's get the expansion standing. Wow, this is an amazing position. If Heavy doesn't scout this and attack it in the next 2 minutes, this game almost certainly will go to Fly. Fly cutting some corners here. Didn't buy a circlet on the blade. Didn't buy even an orb of lightning to have the fast Tiny Great Hall and the fast TC. Big item here now, Hood of Cunning. Not bad. Not very great either though, but he's gonna take it. And level 2 for the TC, that's always a big level up. Another thing that Fly doesn't have here is invulns. But he actually kept the TP. So, scratch what I said there earlier. And here we go. Happy going for the push, attacking to the main base. And only now figuring out that there's an expansion standing. And now Happy knows, okay, he's in trouble. Map 1 for him is looking very bad. This is a super tough position. Orb being picked up and an invul potion on the blade. Heal pot, I mean. No invuln at all for Fly. That seems a bit risky. It also means that the silence can't be broken. Oh, but Happy doesn't land the silence before the stomp. Destroyer taking lots of damage. Good Nova into the back. Some headhunters going down, but we don't have Black Arrow yet. We don't have a dark level 3 Lich yet. Happy just simply seems to be totally under-leveled. Scroll the Beast popped. A new Destroyer is needed. Stomp coming in the back once again. Damage limited. Good kiting by Fly as well. Going for the Shadow Hunter next. He has the TP though. And also the heal potion keeps him safe, and Happy just doesn't have enough. Doesn't have enough ghouls, and I think more importantly, doesn't have enough hero levels. Force the TP out after the invul and the DK is over. One more unit dies, the Lich gets level 3, but Fly holds at the expansion. He lost some units, but he can reproduce now very well. His lumber is still also looking decent. What a sick game. Shadow at the shop. This is the first invul potion he bought this whole game. 11 minutes 40. Blade is level 4. I think he just bought another circlet, maybe? But yeah, the Blade and Headhunters working out very well here. The thing is, you can't really play this on every map. On some maps, the creeps just seem to be a little too tough for the Blade Master to take on. Also, the Undead perhaps can creep too easily without Blade Master interference. So, Blade is especially good on Autumn Leaves. I'd say he's also playable on Last Refuge. I'm not so sure about the other maps. Say, for example, Amazonia. It would be pretty hard to make work, I would say. Alright, Happy has one more push left in him. Going for an A-bomb. Whoa! You must have seen that Reddit thread where a user was asking why nobody's playing A-bombs in this matchup. Well, the reason is Disease Cloud isn't so strong against Orc, and Disease Cloud is kind of the only good thing about A-bombs. And secondly, you can either ignore them or just focus them. Both works pretty well. Oh, Purge on the Frost Armor. That's always unfortunate when it happens. Heal Scroll trying to save it. Oh, beautiful Hex. Tried to pass the Invul Potion, but not in time. Now the Lich doesn't have an Invul himself. Oh, if he had gone for a Hex on the DK, maybe he could have killed it. But the Lich does indeed survive. Invul Potion on the TC. Beautiful Stomp. Satius out of position. Oh, the Blade Master. That's the one thing Fly has to be wary of. The hero kill attempts. And the A-bomb is surviving for quite some time. Blade doesn't want to attack it because he doesn't want to get Frost Armor. That's kind of cool. Oh, the crits though. Hitting it nicely. No Proto Beasts, by the way. Just pure. Oh my god! Blade Master dies. Wouldn't be a Fly game without it. Happy goes for the heal, for the mana potion. Commits to the hero kill. Fly almost has the resources for the Tavern res. And of course we all know undead heroes plus statues can make up for a lot of missing supply. Oh! The sheep! Blocks the way, one more fiend goes down. Blade Master not being Tavern resed. Oh, and all of a sudden the Shadow Hunter in trouble as well. The Berserkers indeed very strong. Another statue goes down. Happy still has 2 of his heroes, but no statues for regen anymore. 1 coil is all he has left. This DK, by the way, very tanky. There's another stomp. TC lining it up. And these stomps have been landing very nicely. I feel like Happy could have done a better job splitting. Especially at the beginning of the fight. Oh my god, these fiends die so fast. The Dark Ranger is back, though. Fly has a TP, by the way, to evacuate if he really needs it. Which he may need indeed. And he does pull it down. Focus fire on the statues is very on point. When the statues are in range, you always want to attack them. They are not coilable, and the most important unit in the undead army. All of a sudden we have 2 Kodos. 3 Kodos! Jesus Christ, where are they coming from? They're multiplying like rats. And the Blade Master is about to be back. That should be then the nail in the coffin. So many Berserkers as well. And not a single Raider, by the way. Interesting. I think I like the choice of skipping the Raiders, honestly. Just micro without Ensnare, you know, and just go for whatever is in range. Because the Raiders, outside of Ensnare, are useless. Cool game. Really nice strat by Fly. I think Happy kind of got surprised. Maybe? By this Blade Master play. He didn't have a Scouting Acolyte, right? I think that was the big mistake by Happy. I think nowadays, especially on some maps, you have to play with a Scout Acolyte. So, Ghoul build with Scout Acolyte. Check for a Blade Master. And if it's a Blade, then you have to buy Dust and be more careful. Because if the Blade harasses you at the start there and doesn't get those last hits, and the DK gets level 2, and the Blade has 0 experience, it's a way different game. The early game here is super pivotal. 1-0 lead for Fly. Yesterday against Colorful, Fly was off to the races as well, with a fast 3-0 lead, before Colorful brought it back and almost had the reverse sweep. It was 6-6 in the end, and then on map 7, Fly could eke it out against Colorful's amazingly powerful Talons. And exactly this map, by the way. Thank you, Akai Blandiga, with a 47-month resub. Ryuya, with a 28-month resub. Much appreciated. Alright. And my question nowadays is, how many maps are there on which you can play Blade? If you guys were watching the Arcadia World Series, you may remember Happy's game against Hitman here, where he did play Blade. And I would say this is a playable Blade Master map. But it's easier with Fasty Headhunters. This map is really good. For creeping in the middle with Fastier, fast level 2. Alright, today we're testing the ping equalizer new feature of War 3 Champions. And Happy seems to be not too amused. Alright, and you know what? He's right, because apparently it does say ping equalizer enabled. Okie dokie. Did we see the hero being started a moment ago? I don't think we did. Alright, what's your bets, boys? Blade or Fastier? Oh, it's the Blade Master again, boys. Let's go. Sorry. Alright, this time, Happy should be more aware of the possibility, though. Seems like he's again not going for an Acolyte Scout. This seems so greedy to me. Like, this Acolyte Scout gives you so much information. And like I said, when you see the Blade Master coming, you should go for a dust. And really try to prioritize not to give up any experience. If the Blade runs across the map trying to harass and goes home empty-handed, it's a way different story for the early game. Travel distance here is pretty far to the beginning camp, unlike Autumn Leaves, so I'm not even sure if the Blade is in time to harass this camp. Or is Happy gonna go for the natural? Both are viable options. He's going for this one. Okay, I think since he's going for this camp, I believe he's expecting Blade. Because normally, I think against Farseer, he normally creeps this camp first. Yeah, and here you can see the map making a big difference. This camp is simply too far away from the Orc base for the Blade to arrive in time, so Happy indeed can finish it fully before the Blade arrives. Windwalk ends, Blade is revealed, and this already is a way worse early game for Fly. This is an example of how much of a difference maps make for the Blade Master. For the Blade, everything kind of has to line up from the early game, mid game to the late game. And this early game isn't the best. Happy still skipping the dust, which is still pretty greedy. Important last hit here once again. Happy gets it. Oh, item on the ground. Happy picks it up. And the Blade Master has almost used all of his mana to get only 2 skellies. That is not a good start. And that is the danger of Blade Master. If the undead opponent plays perfectly around it, the Blade oftentimes can fall a bit flat, at least in the early game. Of course, if Fly survives into the very late game, level 4 plus, then this Blade is still going to be very strong. But, ooh, having lost basically all his mana already is not a good sign. Of course, Happy has the aura, has it quite early, picks up the dust now. And I feel like he shouldn't play the Fiend transition as early as he did before. Because the TC with this build is always going to be low level. So normally you can be really certain that the ghouls are going to be very effective. So I think I'd like to see him skip Fiends. Possibly entirely. First Headhunter goes down. Blade is surrounded. Let's get one more Windwalk. But no healing at the moment. And the ghouls are looking for the next encirclement. Oh, nice move with the Blade. Did you see that? Attack the ghoul. Oh! Almost got surrounded though. Whoo! That was dangerous. That was a nice save on the Headhunter. Headhunter was getting threatened to be surrounded. But then he killed the ghoul and blocked the Headhunter free at the same time. Almost lost the Blade for it though. Blade didn't die. But this Headhunter will. Happy's looking for more kills. Yikes. That is number 3. But also 2 ghouls going down, so Fly is finding some trades. Very early 1-0 attack upgrade, by the way, on the Headhunters. I like that. But that looks like at least one more Headhunter kill, if you ask me. Could deny it. Yep. Well done. Blade also on the chase. And all of a sudden, he's almost level 2. But he's not quite there yet. Oh! Happy misses the block. Whoa! Rare mistake. There's gonna be one more ghoul going down. And, pretty bloody exchange in the end. I think Fly salvaged it pretty well. Dark Ranger second this time. Happy keeps up the tempo. Makes sense. Especially against a Blade Master like this, who's still not level 2. He's going tier 3 without a shop. That's also pretty sick, right? Saving lots of gold in the early game. Maybe against this build, Happy should try to focus on the Blade Master more. You know, like try to attack him more because he doesn't have salves. But then again, if he attacks the Blade, he's taking tons of damage from the Headhunters, which he's not threatening. In comes the Shadow with Heal Wave first. In this position, all of a sudden, doesn't look too bad at all for Fly, I'd say. IMO though, Autumn Leaves look better, all things considered. DK is gonna pick up level 3 here in a moment. Fly, creeping the mid. With the DK so low HP, Happy doesn't want to risk it. He doesn't know if it's Hex or Heal Wave. Now the Shadowhunter is level 2. And the DK is ready to tango with a level 2 coil. Dark Ranger found some good items. The Blade found also decent ones. The Blade only really unfolds his full potential when he's fully slotted and has level 2 crit minimum. That is when he can show how strong he really can be. As the Lich is joining, Frenzy should be coming. Yeah, and statues. And like I said, I think Happy's making the right choice here, not going for Fiends. Another Headhunter falls. We've had quite a few Headhunter losses here, but the numbers are still looking decent. Still 6 Headhunters on the field. TC should be coming soon. Of course, this early game wasn't good enough to be able to afford a Tiny Great Hall. Tiny Great Hall in this situation would be suicidal. Happy found another kill. And another one. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot of kills all of a sudden. That was 3 Headhunters going down. And now we got the statue in the back, ready to heal. Now, Greedy is Happy feeling not greedy enough to try to get that item. Blade Master picks it up, almost now level 3. Shadowhunter needs a bit more. Now that the Frenzy and the Lich is finished, Happy's satisfied to return to creeping because his creep speed now is very high. With the Quel'Thalas for the Dark Ranger. Wow, she is super stacked. Gives one gloves also over to the Lich. Sharing the wealth. Oh my god, he's trying again with a Tiny. Oh, that's so risky. If Happy scouts this, this should be instant GG. Which he doesn't necessarily have to. But since it also happened on map 1, oh yeah, he's seeing it. Oh yeah. Alright boys, it's time to go to map 3. I guess Fly felt he was so far behind he had to risk it, maybe. But yeah, if this is scouted, this can never work. Unless you have an amazing early game, like we saw earlier. Pretty good items on the Blade. Shadow is finally level 3. But Happy's not gonna stop. Keeps on going. Armor upgrade on the ghouls. Alright. I don't think I've seen that before. At this, you know, timing game state. Alright. TC needs to land some money stomps over here. Happy missed the silence earlier. Doesn't miss it this time. It's a double silence. The big kablooya on the Shadow and the TC. That is not good for these Headhunters. 1, 2, 3. Quickly going down. Happy also losing some ghouls. But of course, Fly doesn't have the benefit of getting summons from his kills. Happy does. Only 3 Berserkers left in the mix. Silence again. Was it a double silence once more? No. Oh, it's Aura first on the TC. Oh, right. He doesn't even have Stomp. That's what we call the big yikers. And the three sisters. Nova. Oh, Heat Wave. Whoa. He transferred the Invo Potion there. That was kind of nice. But Fly is simply too far behind. What can you say? With the help of the burrows, maybe he can defend. But he lost so much. Happy could just expand himself now if he wants. Expand in the top. Contest the camps in the south. And this should be a very playable position. Blade still doesn't have an Orb of Lightning. That doesn't feel good. Finds a bit of accuracy again. Once more, good for the Berserkers. Happy's hero levels also not looking too crazy yet. TBH. But every level up will be quite meaningful. Didn't morph a destroyer yet, by the way. And I guess he doesn't really have to. The only purpose would be to dispel Hex so far. So I agree with the choice of not going destroyers. And there we go. Sends out the Acolyte now.
A player's forces are under attack.
4 statues on the ground, by the way. Looks like a 1-0 cosplay. I've seen games by 1-0 before where he had 7 statues on the battlefield. Woo. Shadowhunter again almost dying, a bit out of position. Okay, that was the money stomp that Fly was looking for. But only level 1 stomp, unfortunately. How many more of those is he going to be able to find? Shadow exposed again as the Invo Potion ends. Clarity, heal self, or heal wave rather. Trying to get away. Happy plays it real safe with an early Invo Potion. And all of a sudden Fly seems to be in a fightable position. A decent number of Berserkers out, and Happy's army has shrunk quite a bit. With 1 upgraded ghouls. Is he going for more? 1-2 upgrades on the way. Okie dokie. Upgraded ghouls. Is that the new thing? Fly's gonna be allowed to creep up a bit more here. Let's grow the beast. Could be good, maybe. But once Happy sees that, he's gonna morph destroyers right away. I would assume. Big Invo Potion, very good. This is gonna provide some extra safety to the DK, who's almost level 4. The Dark Ranger is 3, the Lich is 2.5. Like I said, every level up here for Happy is very meaningful. Big consumable here as well. Oh, and Destroyer's morphed. And destroy the beast into the Destroyers. Yep, that one doesn't last for long. Happy with the big timing. Fighting into these Destroyers here, perhaps not too prudent by Fly. He's got 1 Wyvern, which is trying to keep alive and working out pretty well so far. The ghouls are quickly dying. Honestly, wait a minute. Fly might be having the comeback right here. Next statue getting taken out as well. 0 statues left on the ground, but still lots of ghouls and lots of skellies. Heatwave just a little bit too late. There was no saving that Berserker really. And now the Lich is level 3. Very bloody exchange in this fight between the two. DK in serious trouble. Has to go for the Invo Potion. Kodo surround. That one's gonna fall as well. Shadowhunter trying to heal. Oh, maybe it won't fall. Long range coil. The Dark Ranger exposed. Oh my god, if there had been a purge. Well, I guess he would have had the Invo Potion. Okay, Happy had that option covered. And now he's got the Expo standing. And that should be at long last the win condition. But you know what? Considering how bad this early game was for Fly, and considering he had this huge waste of a Tiny, he still had a pretty decent mid-game. I mean, he's been behind ever since minute 3. But considering he's been behind for so long, it was still competitive. I mean, he's still about to lose, but, you know. I would have expected this to be more of a slappening than it was. That gives me hope that this blade might be even playable from a disadvantageous position. We got some creeps left, especially the red camp in the north. Oh, Happy now going for a temple. Yeah, that should be lights out finally.
A player's forces are
Plus,
under
of course, the
attack.
expansion. That's the big one. Not even making a narrow pier. Like, every fiber in my body, like every undead fiber in my body, wants to place a ziggurat in a narrow pier so bad. Starbuck, how about you? Would you put a narrow pier? 100%, right? But Happy's like, nah. I need that 250 gold elsewhere. Lich seemingly a little bit out of position. Oh, big stop coming through. Happy's mana kind of low. Couldn't silence the TC. They've also been a bit missing, I feel like, these silences. But still, one kill after the next against the Berserkers. And that is more and more skeletons. And now we got the Banshee. Now we got the Curse. And that is curtains. Or should be, at least. I mean, the blade is close to level 5. That's always very strong. But now he's missing a lot of the hit that he's throwing out. The difficulty always for ORC here is he only has a certain gas tank available. Once Shadowhunter runs out of mana and has no more healing, then things really start falling apart. Did you see the blight here? He was standing like here. I'm not sure if you saw the blight. Happy's got so much money. Can stack up even more on his heroes, especially Claws and the Lich. Would look quite dashing. Did he just dispel the Water Elemental? Did you see that? Wait, what? Or did he dispel his own curse? He may have dispelled his own curse. Oh yeah, there's a tiny. Another tiny Great Hall. Happy has quite the impressive supply lead though, and also he's stealing away the invulns. Blade's got one, but TC doesn't.
Player's forces are under attack.
Oh, Blade Master in the back, purging the statues. Good old times. Finally, he's going for the Nerub. Thank you. Oh, Blade doesn't want to be forced to invuln here outside of a fight. That would not be ideal. Uh-oh. I think he has to, though. Wait, is there a dust? Yes, there is. Oh! Well, classic Fly. Not quite pulling the invuln in time there. But you know what? With this rough early game and that failed Tiny, I am quite surprised that this game was as close as it was. Fly's going for the counter attack, but Happy's got lots of damage to take out the Great Hall fast, and also the TP to get back home. DK level 5 now, quite dangerous. Fly's trying to boost with the speed scroll. Silence. Wait, did he just silence? Maybe he did. Stompa. And without the blade, does he really have the damage to go for a kill here? Perhaps not. Berserker upgrades, by the way, not too impressive this game. Of course, Fly was under pressure all game long. Kept losing units. Had to remake them. Didn't really have the luxury to go for too many upgrades. He's waiting for the blade to return. Actually, he's almost back. And he still has that invuln, which is pretty good. But Happy's fully mining. 75 supply. Big army. Oh, double silence once more. Coil Nova. This could be the end. Couple more right clicks. Yep. And that's it. Shadowhunter falls. Level 4 all of a sudden on the lich. And the blade returns to see one friend already missing. Arrives at the party. But half the people he knows aren't even here. Sag. And that's GG and 1-1. Alright, Happy strikes back. The blade really caught him off guard there on the first map, especially in the opening minutes. But on map 2, he was way better prepared. And like we pointed out, because of this setup, layout of the map, a much tougher early game for the Blade Master. Dark Ranger second, also a good addition. I would say it was especially, though, the refusal to go Fiends. I think not going Fiends was the best choice here that Happy made. Along with, of course, just playing it really solid. For map 3, next we are going to see Last Refuge. And how does it work here? If the blade runs across right away to harass, is he in time to harass the first green camp? I'm not sure how exactly the timing works out. It may have to do if the critter is in range and stuff. Alright, our players are getting ready for the third map. Who's gonna take the lead in this best of 7? Regardless of who's gonna score the first 4 maps, how quickly. Of course, we're gonna play all 7 maps here in the Show Cup. And every map that you win grants you bonus prize money. Are we going to see the same strat again from Fly, or is it going to be a switch up this time? In general, this map is very good for headhunters. Lots of camps you can pull out and creep safely, especially the middle camps here come to mind. With grunts, this all is a little bit trickier. Oh! He had him queued just for a second. Just for a second we saw the fast here, but no, it's Blade in the end. Alright, so, Blade so far, 3 out of 3 times. Interesting, interesting. Is it really playable on every map? I wonder. I feel like on AZ on Concealed Hill, it would be pretty damn bad. Because you can't really keep up, especially on AZ, with the creep speed of the ghouls in the middle if you don't have wolves. And in Concealed Hill, all the camps are pretty damn tough. If you don't manage to steal last hits early on with a Blade Master, it feels like you're far behind on Concealed. So I feel like also there it has to be Farseer. Would be my inclination. Echo Isles, I'm not sure about. Northern Isles, Blade is very playable, I'd say. Echo Isles... I'm not sure about Echo. In general, though, I don't like Echo for Blade Master because it has very few creeps. And your second and third hero are oftentimes underleveled. Oh, and the Blade Master doesn't arrive in time. Shout out to the guy in chat who said the Blade wouldn't be in time. Great expertise, buddy. But didn't get the last hit regardless. Mistimed with the Windwalk, perhaps, a bit.
A player's forces are under attack.
Pretty dangerous to walk in here with the Headhunters on LR, as we know. There's tons of Ensnare creeps. Happy gets the last hit. Via Coil needs one more for the level 2. Oh, Blade Master too early with the backstab. That's a clear mistake, I would say. But it's gonna get a ghoul kill, at least. That's the first bit of experience. Thanks to the Ensnare. And the Headhunters are being pressured right away. I think this is smart by Happy. Oh, 1 unit's around. Oh. Run, little fella. Gets the kill. Doesn't look like a great start here so far for Fly. But yeah, since this build doesn't have a shop for a long time, I think spreading damage out against the Headhunters... Oh my god, he almost had a double surround. Well, it's not a double surround, but it is a double kill. Yikes! That's not good. That is not good for Fly. And the Blade Master's low. There's no shop yet, but there will be in a moment. Well. Now Happy can send the ghouls over to the natural, creep that one, get level 3. And pretty damn sure he's going to go for a Dark Ranger again. Would seem to make sense.
A player's forces are under attack.
And there we go, DK now level 3. But Fly is actually protecting his Headhunters here very well. Didn't lose any, aside from this one, in the main. Fast tier 3. Ooh, he supply blocked. Can't go for the Shadow Hunter here. That is a bit annoying. It's very low gold anyways, though. Yeah, and here joins the Dark Ranger. Oh, yeah. One kill. Even bringing the ghouls into the mix. DK has lost quite some HP, so maybe Happy can't stick around here too much for the harass. Of course, Fly just wants to force the opponent away. Level 1 Windwalk not fast enough to actually force a TP here. As tier 3 starts for Happy as well, but Fly is decently far ahead. I think the Magi here is still alive. Happy going for the heal pot. He wants to stick around. He knows how capable he is here of finding kills against the Headhunters. Especially if they get ensnared like this. Oh, nice block. Blade able to block away the Dark Ranger there, secures the item. Unfortunately, again, it's a bad item. Score the Beast. Not the best at all. Oh, baby. A lot of Headhunters going down this game. A lot of Headhunters. I think it's been 6 at least. Happy not gonna overchase. I really like the 2 burrows here. I think this is what every orc should do nowadays against undead. Because, you know, early game burrows are never under threat, really. Unless you mess up big time. But in the late game, when you get pushed, you're gonna have 2 burrows in front to throw all the peons into. Finally, the Shadow Hunter arrives. DK already level 3.4. That's really good. Having a fast level 4 on the DK is very valuable. And Happy now. Gonna go over to creeping himself. Gonna leave Fly alone for the time being. Oh, he's going for the tiny again. Oh my god. 32 supply tiny. That's so greedy. That is so greedy. Scourge Bone Chimes, nice for the blade. Useless for everyone else though. Oh, and there's a Skelly.
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
Shadow Hunter only level 2. Pretty rough, but Happy has to wait at least for the Lich to arrive, to go for the push. From the Ward of Mana Steel, which is okay. Wait, he's going for a counter expansion. Whoa. I feel like that's a big mistake. I think if he just goes for the push, he wins easy. He can bring all the ghouls. He's got all the lumber he needs. Maybe he's still gonna go for the push and just have the Acolyte for insurance.
A player's forces are under attack.
It's not that much gold. It's only 225. Wait, is it 225 or 215? Alright, Happy giving Fly a bit more time. Enough time to get a level 3 on the Shadow. Blade inventory is looking okay. It's not looking insane. Oh, Hellstone. That's a great item for Happy. He's got the level 4. The Dark Ranger about to be level 3. I still think he smashes this fight. TC is not ready yet, but will be in a second. Orb of Lightning purchased. And off we go. Silence of the Shadow Hunter. Can't use the Heal Wave or the Hex. No Deuce Bolt in this entire army. And that's the problem when you don't have TC. The ghouls are really scary. And Happy's finding kills fast. Yeah, and maybe going for this expansion was actually the better call. Because if somehow miraculously Fly holds here, Happy has something else to fall back on. While he still can be sure... Oh! Shadow Hunter surrounded. Can be sure that he gets a ton of damage in here. As it turns out, he's going to win the game here outright. It would seem. Oh. Nova Blade in trouble. He is revealed and he is dead. Oh, a couple of Berserkers who had the wrong rally point, I believe. And that is a lot of kills. Happy in full control here on map 3. GG. And the 2-1 lead for the Russian. Yeah, the difficulty with Blade Master plus Headhunters is getting out unscathed out of the early game. And that was not the case this time. 6 Headhunters, I believe it was, going down early. Fly tried with the Hail Mary Tiny Great Hall, but that was not to be. Alright, now we go to AZ. And I gotta say, I would be shocked if it's Blade plus Headhunters again. I'd say Farseer Headhunter is the best on this map. Maybe even Blade Grunts, although that is a daring statement. Let's see what we get here. On map number 4. It's very important for Fly to score here now. If Happy gets the map win, it's gonna be almost impossible to beat him here today in this best of 7. Thank you, by the way, to Ralph Rudolphus with the Prime sub. Welcome. And Zoes1981 with a 25-month resub. And Sick Boy with a 16. Thank you, thank you. Is the hero choice more about player preference or map? I think it's both. But I think on some maps, Blade is horrible. Like this one. And Fly seems to agree. Gonna go Farseer this time. The reason being, the Blade Master can't really go for the Lightning Shield creep so easily here. You can do it, but it's very hard to execute. Plus you're just slower with creeping than the Undead is. And normally on AZ, it's very important to be strong in the early game and to contest these middle camps. Whoever gets the kobolds and gets the trolls gets a big advantage. And like we established earlier, the Blade Master is simply weak in the early game. So normally here the Farseer does way better. You can also just creep better with the Farseer, and you can oftentimes get a fast level 3 with the Farseer on this map. And then dominate the mid game on a small map like this. So for all those reasons and more, like also late game creeping, I think Farseer is way better on this map. Oh, Happy messes up the Lightning Shield creep. Wow. I haven't seen that in a long time. It's kind of a rough start for Happy right away. Gets a good item though. And the Farseer harass begins. And look at that. The DK, hardly any experience. I like the peon pull here quite a bit. But that peon pull also means lots of lumber invested. So Fly's tech is quite a bit slower because of it. But still faster than Happy's. The goal here, of course, for the Farseer is to slow down the DK as much as possible. And harass with the Farseer and Headhunters. Oh, wolves aren't resummonable, and Happy gets the kill and gets the level 2. And that's always where the Onions want to get fast. Get that level 2, pick up the aura. Like I do not tire of mentioning to you guys, it changes everything. Having the aura versus not having the aura.
A player's forces are under attack.
Early attack upgrade again, the Headhunters. Fly needs to be careful. Look at how he's manually microing the Headhunters. He knows how dangerous it is against Happy, how fast they can get surrounded. Oh, and now finally Happy's finding the sick Lich items. So far, the items for the Lich haven't been too insane. But this time around, seems like we're gonna have a very stacked Lich in the end. Dodging these surrounds is very hard as the Orc. And you can't dodge it anymore. First Headhunter goes down, but the DK is completely out of mana. So, maybe Fly should keep fighting here. Keep poking against the ghouls. So not too bad for Fly. DK still far away from 3. Lots of mana was forced. And he only lost 1 Headhunter. Oh! As I say it. Next Headhunter gets killed off, but also traded for 1 ghoul at least. There's 1 more coil. Disengagement all over the place. Troll still throwing out a couple of ensnares, but only on a wolf this time. But this should be one more ghoul going down for Happy. Or at least dying to the creeps. Yeah, good deny. But Fly's holding his own pretty well so far.
Forces are under attack.
2 headhunters died. That's not perfect, but that's okay. Oh, and he forgot the burrow again. Oh, and that's so bad when playing fast headhunters. You need this TC out fast. Or Dark Ranger, whatever it may be. Oh, and now Happy has the Dark Ranger himself. I meant TC or Shadow, of course. Oh, Fly's hero is going to be so much later. It is Shadow Hunter now. Supply opened up because he lost the unit. So, you know, silver lining and all that. This Headhunter also gonna go down. Good deny. Once again, the DK still far away from 3. Oh, almost blocked the entrance. Not quite. Oh, Skellies are chasing for the kill. Fly blocking with the other 2. Oh! Oh no! It does die in the end. Sag. Fly held his own here very, very well for a long time. But Happy puts up challenge after challenge, and in the end, he crumbles a bit. So I think it was 4 headhunters lost total. Which is pretty painful. Got a few return kills. He's far behind in experience now. Only now. Level 2 for the Farseer. Happy getting sick items so far. Oh. Big creep right here with the chain lightning. Oh no, he doesn't have it yet! Oh. I did get the level 2 here. Picks up the circlet as well. All these items matter. Happy playing quite aggressive. Ready to sacrifice some ghouls. Most undeads would just keep the ghouls at home. But Happy enlists them here into the cause. Gonna take out one more maybe. DK gets level 3 off to the side. But Hex against the Fiend. That one's gonna go down as well. Dude, so many units dying everywhere. This Headhunter isn't gonna get away either. Oh, and the Farseer gets surrounded. You don't look for a second. And that's what Happy does to you. Oh! Wait a minute. Oh, heal wave. No, never mind. He actually gets out. Happy knew that the Hex was going to come in, so he had to move the DK out of harm's way.
A player's forces are under attack.
And this was a very bloody game so far. With tier 3 about to finish. Fly's already there. Not going for a TC yet. Okay, there we go. I was about to say, seems like that doesn't make much sense.
Player's forces are under attack.
Blue bracers. Alright, this is the first very bad item that Happy has found. No additional stacking there. By also continuing to creep. Oh, the replenish is quite nice right here. It's going to be level 3 for the Shadow Hunter. Farseer still missing a bit. I always feel like these gloves, these gauntlets I mean, are quite valuable. Just to boost up for a bit more HP, protect a bit more against the nuke. Maybe put some on the TC. Happy trying to expand. Wow. That's a very unusual timing. And one that might not work out too well for him. He's getting creepjacked. His first statue should certainly go down. Big heal potion found. Going for the raider right away, but that one is saved. Nice heal wave by Fly. Doesn't have Stomp though. Only Aura. Signs of the Shadow Hunter, long range coil Nova. I think the Nova was misplaced, maybe? On the Berserker. And not too bad for Fly. Not losing too many units here. And certainly preventing the placing of the expansion for now. And Happy's super low mana. He's really gonna expand? Oh, that seems like a big misread. Of course, it's always, you know, easy for casters to say. I and we see way more than the players do. It's such a weird timing, though, that Fly might not even scout for it anymore. I'm not sure if he saw the Acolyte earlier. Perhaps he didn't. Fly's actually in a very playable position here. Helm of Valor is okay. PC is quite tanky now.
Players' forces are under attack.
He didn't see it. Dude, he didn't see it. He was right next to it. It would have been such an easy cancel. Oh, man. That is just a bit unlucky. Or rather, you know, missing a bit of scouting. Okay, Happy now. Sick items. Big heal pot, big mana pot. Quathalas boots on the Dark Ranger. She got level 3. And there's a lot of skellies. This is the worst kind of engagement for the Orc to take. Fighting into the undead right after he crept big camps. It's so many skeletons. Oh, this seems pretty ill-advised. But Fly's gonna try it. Lich in trouble, by the way. Does not have any potions here to save himself with, but has the coil. And Fly even able to take this engagement, take out 2 ghouls as well. And he won that fight despite all the skellies. The expansion for Happy is actually finishing. Oh my god, this is a stroke of luck for Happy. If this expo had been scouted and cancelled, Fly would have had a big lead in this game. Item at the red goes to Fly. Warsong Battle Drums, not the best. Got that already from the Kodo. Nicely placed Stomped. 1 ghoul taken out right away. And a second one soon after. 2-1 upgrades on these Berserkers. They do pack quite the punch, as we can see. The mana potion used on the DK. Happy's army is tiny. But he still has the heroes. And he's got the skellies. Lots of mana also still left on the Death Knight. Oof! TP transfer. Shadow Hunter saved last second. Good target fire. Fly always able to find a couple of ghoul kills here and there. Doesn't waste his damage uptime. I like what he's doing there. But the fact that he didn't see the expansion, that is tragic. Tragic is what it is. Dude, how much agi does this Dark Ranger have, by the way? She's gonna get this agi tome as well. Check it out, bro. Bam! 37 agi. Let's go. Shadow Hunter has 27 only. He's jealous. Agito? Never mind.
A town is under siege.
Alright, now Fly knows. But I fear that it is too late. Happy has already mined more than 1,000 gold here. Fly needs to have a very convincing fight. Oh, and that's not a good start. Raider goes down right away. The Dark is already level 4. Signs the TC. Doesn't want to break through it with Heal Potion. Wants to hold on to that item. Perhaps not the perfect call. Now using the Stomp. But so many headhunters have already gone down. DK was low, but he had the potion. With that, he survives. He's still healthy. We got so many statues. Again. For Happy. Wolf summoned. Perhaps we're going to see destroyers now. Finally. Coil flies. Kodo dies. Aura's gone. And Fly's starting to run out of mana. Oh, he got a new Tiny Great Hall, by the way. But he's not allowed to place it. And the hero's too strong now for Happy. Plus the skellies, it's too much damage. And the Emperor. It It seems like he's reclaiming his throne here in Show Cup. In Show Cup number 50, he was defeated, finally. But today he's getting his revenge. The Emperor strikes back, if you will. And that is GG. Happy takes the 3-1 lead. But man, if there wasn't more possible in that game. If he sees the expansion and cancels it, it would have only cost him a couple of seconds. And then he contests for the red, and he gets the red camp like he did. It could have been a different story. Could have been a way different story, but would it? Oops, wait, I did it wrong. Excuse me. There we go. That's the score. And now Happy only needs one more map to be declared the victor and play again tomorrow. Against Lynn, by the way. Tomorrow's challenger is Lynn, which is also going to be very sick. Thank you, Kratos, with a 33-month resub. Why do orcs never add spirit walkers? It's very hard to fit them into the build. They're very expensive, and perhaps more importantly, they take a long time. So first of all, you need to build a big headhunter army just for damage, creep speed, and all that. And for walkers, you need the Torn Totem and 2 walkers and adept training for it to be any good. That's the first problem. The second is that destroyers are very good against walkers, because of course the Spirit Link can be dispelled by them pretty easily. That is at least the theory. I also wondered before if perhaps there might be some build where this could be possible. In fact, there are rare scenarios where we do see it. We do see 2 base versus 2 base. Big, huge armies, big economy. Then sometimes we see walkers, but it's super rare. Yeah, I've also wondered if there's perhaps some way to incorporate the walkers. But even in an ideal scenario, they don't seem perfect. You know, because like, even if you dispel all the skellies at the start of the fight keeps going and new skellies keep coming up. And you don't have that much mana with walkers, quite simply. Farseer Grunt into Headhunter opening this time, so this again is a new build by Fly. This build normally indicates that the orc wants to creep heavily. Is he thinking about a fast expansion? No way, right? Happy's just not scouting with Acolytes anymore, by the way. Just skips the Acolyte. Oh, wait a minute. Second burrow? Is he gonna fast expand? That would be crazy. I'm gonna keep a close eye here on what Fly's gonna do. This Headhunter was very late. What's up with that, Fly? Alright, now it's gonna go aggressive. And the tier 2 starts. No weird fast expansion here.
A player's forces are under attack.
I bring all the ghouls to creep. And could have started the tech. So the Farseer approaching as well. Gonna go for the narrow. Happy slowing down his tier 2 quite a bit. To be safe. Oh, big last hit. Oh, that was so close. And now the Grunt has to be careful. Uh-oh. Happy, does he get it? Whew. Hard to lock in this surround. And Fly is able to dodge it. But for how long? But for how long? Oh my god, that was almost a full point. 4 points surround.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright. Fly doesn't lose any units here so far. That's good. Seems like I'm lagging a bit right now, which is not good.
Forces are under attack.
Worst case scenario, I may have to leave the game and restream if I start lagging too much. We shall pray to Jesus that that doesn't happen. Fly able to claim the camp in the north. This camp always a lot easier to creep with ranged units, as you can pull it out like we see right here. Big heal potion, never bad.
A player's forces are under attack.
Lightning shield could perhaps be used to creep. Especially against this camp, the lightning shield can be very good. But Abby will also love to find some claws, stack up his lich later. Of course, Dark Range is also always a possibility. Oh boy, the lags.
Player's forces are under attack.
I should definitely at least creep the Renegade here. Fly creeping as well. He's going to get a fast level 3 this game. I feel like it's better to go Chain Lightning. You know, for the longest time, I was a big proponent of Wolves. And I think they're still very good in the right scenario, but I feel like against Ghouls, Chain Lightning is actually better. But then again, for creeping right now, and we're in a creeping phase, the Wolves are better. The Farseer might just get level 4 here. If he keeps creeping at this Murloc. And beyond. Oh, Scouting, Headhunter. Happy locks in the surround right away. PC second on the move. Oh, and there we start initial creep. Nicely speeding up this camp. Good crystal ball reveal. So Fly knows what's up. Third circlet. Very good. DK level 4 already. Wow. That is so fast. we don't even have many creeps left. Interesting game. Just super heavy creeping. Oh, and Happy smells the creep jack. He can smell it. If he gets the last steal, that would be so good. Oh! Small mistake, I think. I think Happy should have gone for the turtle steal. But there's also 2 berserkers falling. The TP forced. And just getting some decent experience here. Farseer did get level 4, so he's got level 2 wolves and level 2 chain lightning. But more importantly, it's a TC who needs to level.
A player's forces are under attack.
And I always find it's an issue on small maps like this, where there's not many creeps to go around for the orc to creep in the late game. Because the third hero for the orc will also need experience. Whereas the Dark Ranger doesn't need it so badly, I would say. Oh wait, is that true? I mean, Black Arrow is also pretty damn good. Actually, I think Happy should skip Silence and go for Black Arrow. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I think you should do that because the Dark Ranger can't really creep. anymore. And then just try to dodge all the stomps manually. For almost everyone, this would be a bad idea, because it's super hard to do. But this is Happy, so it's doable. Oh, the fuss here. Is he gonna... Oh, wait. He's gonna soak up the experience here? Oh. That does not seem like it's the right call. TC now still not level 3. Here comes the Dark Ranger. Goes for silence right away. No black arrow. Fair enough. Oh, and the Berserker is kind of getting caught off guard here, perhaps. Coil Nova. Doesn't get the first kill right away, but there's the silence. And now, the frenzy begins. We're just taken out fast. Oh, but that's the money stomp right there. Happy had the one heal scroll ready to heal up the ghouls once again. But good target fire on the statues. Fly takes them both out right away. Where is the Shadow Hunter, though? Doesn't have the shadow. That's pretty painful. But all things considered, this is not too bad, perhaps, for Fly. Next Chain Lightning, lots of damage against the ghouls. They're all quite hurt. One more coil being used. Happy is almost out of mana on everything. May have to TP out here soon. They're just trying to find more kills. How greedy is Happy for these kills? Quite greedy. Dark Ranger, almost dead. She is dead. But she's only level 1. Perhaps not that big of a deal. This smells like a tiny. There we go. Fly, a big fan of greedy tinies this game. But this means also there's going to be no Shadow Hunter for a long time. Perhaps not ever. The Dark Ranger is going to be back before too long.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, sorry. TC looking for the invuln, but it's already gone. Happy claimed that for himself. Happy made a rather glaring micro error this fight, by the way. The statues were way overexposed. They're supposed to be way further in the back. So those died way too easily to the ends there in target fire. If those hadn't fallen right away, then Happy would have smashed that fight. But Happy's still in a good position to win this game because Fly's army is still tiny. If he is left alone for a few more minutes here, it will look good for Fly. But that's a big if. Happy's gathering his forces. 50 supply, ready to pounce. Doesn't have a heal scroll yet. But will go for one now. Could even afford a second one, almost. But no, here we go. Destroyer morph. And we take to the skies. Happy baiting the stomp, perhaps. But there's the silence. Coil Nova on the Berserkers. Into the back, the ghouls go right away. Chain Lightning hits them. Holding on to the heal scroll for a bit longer. Happy's trying to get as much value out of the item as he can. Ghouls trying to dodge the TC. Trying to avoid him as much as they can. That's the right play. Dark Ranger low HP again. Here comes the heal scroll. Huge healing on the entire army. Once again, the statue is taken out. In the meantime, Fly has lost so much already. The wolves do nothing against these destroyers. The chain lightning against the ghouls seems to be not doing enough either. The heal scroll was a good investment once again. And the TC has been completely disabled. Silenced again and again. I think he only got off a single stomp. Here's another one. That one's decent. But so much of the army has already fallen. Happy's gonna reinforce here fast. Especially statues from the main will be a big help. The DK is almost level 5 already. He is now, wow, super high level Death Knight.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Fly simply lost too much. Happy is gonna regain his crown at Show Cup here today in Show Cup 59. Because there's no way that Fly can win this game, or is there? This DK has so many coils and they hurt. Yup. Could easily execute more raiders.
A player's forces are under attack.
Sentry reinforcements perhaps a tiny bit late. Happy in the meantime, by the way. Has counter expanded. He probably doesn't even need it, but having it as a bonus is quite nice. TC out of mana now. The Shadowhunter has finally joined, but a bit too late. He is way under-leveled. Heat Wave and Heal Potion does save the TC here one more time. But Happy's got too much damage. The heroes are too strong. It's Aura level 3, by the way. I was wondering, wait a minute, isn't this coil doing little damage? It's Aura level 3. Wait, is that intentional? I feel like that's a misclick. I mean, Aura 3 is pretty good. I'd say Coil 3 is way better. But maybe it is intentional. Happy again, going for plenty of ghoul upgrades. This is a new detail that I wasn't aware of. Happy gets more items. Invuln and Heal Scroll again, sitting still at 50 supply, being very economical. And Fly is so far behind. It's hard to imagine how he could possibly win this game, but he's gonna give it one more chance. And now Happy has all the time in the world, waiting patiently for Fly to come and attack. Fly could just go for a tiny, but he's missing gold. Missing lumber, especially, actually. Still no fiends, by the way. Not a single fiend here. This whole time on Echo.
A player's forces are under attack.
The DC might finally get an Invul Potion. Oh my god, Happy's army is so big. It's so big! What can Fly do? TC almost level 4. It's gonna be a pretty strong level up. Needs to be careful with the Shadowhunter positioning. Otherwise, that one's gonna get melted real quick. Alright, Invis. Let's see if we can land the money stomp. It's always very suspicious if there's no TC standing against you. Oh, and Happy gets the Dispel right away. With the first Destroyer Dispel. Got him. Alright, off we go. Double silence, TC breaks through it with the Invul Potion, lands a good stomp. But it's the only Invul Potion that he's gonna have. Ghoul's trying to run away from the TC now. Pierce the back line, hit the Berserkers where it hurts. Next Nova could land big time. Lots of mana still on the list, lots of mana everywhere. on Happy's side. Fighting out in the open, feeling very confident. Not even on Blight, not even next to his towers or the shop. This is of course a position that Happy can fall into if things should go south. It doesn't seem like they're going south. It seems like they're going excellent for Happy. Lots of destroyers still alive. The wolves are a non-factor. Even as the Farseer gets level 5 with the level 3 wolves, I doubt it's going to change much. Honestly though, Fly not having a bad fight here at all. Finding lots of kills and having a decently sized army still left over. But Happy's reinforcements are simply overwhelming, it would seem. He's got the double crypt now. He can reproduce so quick. And Fly's running out of mana. That's the last stomp with which he can try to do something. But he can't do enough. The Coil Nova executes the Farseer. And that must be the end. Fly calls for the GG. And Happy wins Show Cup 59. On only 5 maps, Happy claims the 4-1. After Fly got the 1-0, Happy struck back with a vengeance. We are not finished yet, of course. We're gonna play this whole series. Every map grants bonus prize money. But we do know that Happy will be the victor today and will be facing Lin tomorrow. Same time, same place. The Emperor's back on the throne indeed. And we have 2 more maps to be played. So that should be in Northern Isles and Concealed Hill then. Happy's taking a moment, basking in the glory. A couple of weeks back, it was a very unfamiliar feeling to Happy when he finally lost in the Show Cup 2-1-2-0. But now, he's back on the throne where he belongs. Happy is now going to enjoy his victory lap. Fly will not be playing tomorrow against Lin. That much we already know. But like I said, every map here is worth bonus prize money. And quite a bit as well. So Fly still has the incentive to play this as best he can. I think it's time for a Blade Master. What do you guys think? I think it's time for a Blade. Hell yeah, brother! And it's gonna be Blade Master Grunts. By the look of things, this would be the first time. The dangerous thing about Blade Master Grunts and playing passive is the fact that the undead can creep very quick with DK ghouls, plus of course skellies. This is something I had wondered about for quite some time. What if the orc just goes for heavy creeping himself, early game, try to find some claws on that and all that, get level 3, level 2 Windwalk, and then try to kill one ghoul after the next. That's your mid-game. Go ghoul killing and Shadow Hunter creeping. I feel like maybe that could be the way to go. But I'm not sure if it's actually good, so don't quote me on that.
A player's forces are under attack.
Happy creeping the lab first. I've never seen that before. That kind of makes sense though. The Tuskar sorcerers have medium armor. It takes a really long time to kill the Furbolg tracker boy, this guy. But the first two creeps are quickly taken out indeed. And of course the downside of playing Blade Master build, or most orc builds, is you don't have peon scouts. So, there's no way for you to know what greedy camp the opponent might be taking. Very interesting. Lots of good items here. Crystal ball, not one of them. Oh. Happy knows exactly what's up. I think Fly now also knows. Seeing the crystal ball should tell him what Happy was creeping. Well, not necessarily, I guess. It could have also been the natural. There's a creep war here so far. And both are gonna get level 3 at around the same time, with Happy probably being a little bit faster. Ring +3, sentry wards. That's creeping by Fly. Gets the heal salves where he needs them. But as we can see on the minimap, there's way more creeps still left on Happy's side of the map. In fact, all of the close camps are still there for Happy. So, yeah, the creep layout is looking way better for the Russian here. Wait, don't these sentries see each other? Periapt, ring, and claws and gloves both purchased.
A player's forces are
And the blade is level 3. Somehow the creeps got aggroed. And one ghoul at least is gonna go down. Alright, I would love for Fly to try to take out as many ghouls as he can. Because every ghoul kill is relevant. The two sentries again, next to each other. Ooh, baby. That is a lot of damage. And there we go. Second ghoul kill. And a third! Not to brag or anything, but this is what I was hoping to see. Alright, 3 ghoul kills. That's very nice indeed. This limits the danger of the ghoul frenzy timing by a lot. Oh, Fly gonna notice that this camp is in fact gone already. Shadow Hunter on the way. Same for the Lich. Oh, and the blade is gonna sneak the Tuskars. Oh, that's very nice. One Headhunter probably gonna go down. With a DK. Hungry for kills. Oh, or maybe not. Ooh.
A player's forces are under attack.
That was a little bit close. But yeah, this is a great early game for Fly, dude. Early transition into Headhunters as well. I like that. 2 grunts for early game creeping into Headhunters. I think I like this build a lot more than the aggressive Blade Master instant Headhunter build. Because this one doesn't rely so much on the opponent making mistakes.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, Carnova. Oh, has to use the big mana potion just to get away. That's pretty annoying. But of course you need to save the Blade Master. Checks on the DK. Oh, trying to surround the ledge. Almost got him. That's at the DK. Blade Master in trouble as well. Oh my goodness. Whew. Less than 20 HP. DK just barely gets away.
A player's forces are under attack.
Honor gonna pick up a level 2 right here. Not a bad game for Fly at all. Dude, how many times was this burrow late though? Fly. Come on, man. Time for the TC or time for the tiny? Or time for both? He's gonna go for the tiny again, isn't he? Hell yeah. Fly loves the tiny.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Happy may not expect this at all. The peon's already here. Hood of Cunning picked up. It's always like an okay item. Not the very greatest. Oh, we could put a shop right here, and then the shop would be very protected. Ooh, I like this base build. Happy does indeed scout it, though. But Happy's not in a very strong position at the moment. Oh, and Happy also forgot the ziggurat. He can't go for a third hero. He can't go for a third hero. That is terrible for Happy.
A player's forces are under attack.
TC on the way. Where's the blade? Ah, there he is. He is already level 4. That's very nice. Trying to pick up an invo potion, but not available. Oh, 2 of the grunts here. Very hurt. Has to pop the speed scroll to get away. Orb of Lightning as well. This could be a very stacked Blade Master. Good disengage by Fly.
Forces are under attack.
Heal potion on the blade. Can't put all the damage on the Blade Master because he needs some potions to stay alive with. Alright, Happy finds 2 kills. Oh! Almost right away. Does in the end. Okay, the blade is... the Lich, I mean, is officially out of control. Plus 24 damage. It's up to the blade to win this game.
Town is under siege.
It was a good early game for Fly, but going for the tiny Great Hall always exposes you to a moment of weakness. Was that too greedy? We will see. There's no stomp on the TC. If he hadn't gone for a tiny, he could have crept up the TC instead. But here we are. And off we are. The Master looking for kills against the ghouls, but they are quickly finding the return kills on the berserkers. And they are being turned into... Oh! The Shadow Honor! He's surrounded! Trying to save him somehow, pop him out. No, it's not gonna happen. It looked good there for a while. It looked good for a while for Fly. But all of a sudden, Happy comes in with the frenzy timing. And I think the early Tiny Great Hall, perhaps simply too greedy. I think maybe you rather need the TC out right away and start creeping him to get the level 2 for Stomp and Aura. Without Stomp, it's so hard to deal with these damn ghouls. And once again, Fly getting destroyed in the fight. The early game looked good. It looked good. But not good enough. Oh. Silence. Coil. The Blade Master is dead. And map 6 seems like will also go to Happy. Yeah, Fly's gonna call it. Throw in the towel. No sense anymore. That game was over. And Happy claims the 5th map and more prize money. And it's gonna attempt to win one more map. The last map for us is gonna be Concealed Hill, I think. If you guys haven't heard already, tomorrow we're gonna have a sick game. Happy versus Lin at the same time as today, 1 PM CET. To see if the greatest orc of all time can put a stop to Happy. Alright. Can fly. Get at least one honorable point. One more towards the end. We shall see about that. For Blade Master plus Headhunters, I think this is a pretty bad map, but for Blade Master Grunts, it could be decent. Seems like all of a sudden we have a lot of different viable opening builds by Orc once again against Undead. It's also going to be very interesting to follow tomorrow when Lin goes up against Happy. Oh, we do have a Scout Acolyte this time. Is this the first time? I think this is the first Scout Acolyte. And it's a Farseer Grunt build? A Farseer Grunt build. Dude, against this, by the way, if the plan for Fly was to creep fast level 3 and expand, then this is the perfect time for a Scout Acolyte. Okay, but no, it's not. It's not Farseer Grunt Expo, it's just Farseer 1 Grunt into Headhunters.
Player's forces are under attack.
Happy's gonna creep the merchant first? Ah. A lot of new creep routes. Ah, and that's why he's scouting with the Acolyte. If the Acolyte sees that the Orc is creeping first, then he's gonna be greedy and take the merchant. Okay. That's kinda cool. Pulling the camp at the same time. This is going to slow down creeping for Fly as well. Oh. Bagu. Not the easiest camp to creep with inner fire, but it is doable. Sentry wards, always good. Then again, Happy is one of the few players who will settle that item at times. Fly's gonna have a little bit of a tech lead here. Using the coil, even for the level 1 creep. I wonder if that's not perhaps a bit of a waste. Gotta guess the next item as well. Oh, and the end snare on the Headhunter. Feels like Fly's been a little bit unlucky today with the end snares. That's the first Headhunter going down. Possibly the first of many. More ghouls reinforcing from the main for Happy. There's no level 2 yet on the Farseer. Needs one more kill. There we go. Gets it. Now we have the Chain Lightning. Oh, even the Acolyte ready for a bit of a block here. Perhaps. Oh my god, Happy gets a surround against the ground. How is that even a surround? Against the trees. Happy again with a great performance today. As basically always. Even prevents the deny. He knew the deny was coming. He also knew the Chain Lightning was coming. Happy is seeing the Matrix. Almost a surround. Oh my god, he gets that one as well. Holy smokes. That was pretty
Player's
sick.
forces are under attack.
Pretty sick, I gotta say. Oh, no way. No way. No way. Oh, dude, imagine if he had found the Fossier as well. That would have been GG. Game sense is tingling for Happy. Oh, he wants to get the item. Is he gonna get it? Yeah. Okay. Headhunter dies as well. There's one more coil. The Fossier at least is healing. But he was so close to getting that kill. So close. But not quite. I'm not going to be able to enjoy the rejuvenating waters of the fountain. But he can now enjoy level 2 coil. Oh, and he steals that last hit as well. Let's get one more coil. There's one more kill. Oh my god. How he's so good. How he be so good. How this legal. How can be fair. I don't know.
A player's forces are under attack.
Dark Ranger second once again. At least the DK's out of mana though. Happy should be able to find too many kills here. Tier 3 coming, Slaughterhouse. And Tier 3 Bestiary. Pretty standard. This bonus 5 intelligence, by the way, in the DK early game is so good. Like,
Player's forces are under attack.
you wouldn't think it, but the mana regen makes quite the difference here. It's not that much, but it really is a different story. Oh, Happy saw the Fossier creeping. If he gets the kill here, he's trying to block with the ghoul. 140 HP is the kill threshold. And he got it. Oh my god! Oh my god, dude, the killer instinct. And also he has perfect vision everywhere thanks to the sentries. Whew. It's a rough game. It's a rough game for Fly. Oh, didn't actually have the black arrow to get the skelly. It's a little bit of a mistake, if you can believe it. Alright, Ensnare on the Fiend. This is gonna be the first meaningful kill here for Fly. And no, no! Oh my god, dude! Don't run into the turtles, please. This is a painful one, boys. This is a painful one. Like, most games here today have been pretty damn competitive, with some of them being extremely close. Like on AZ, for example. This game here is not one of them. Yeah, I don't think this trap's gonna work. Ah, never mind. Everything seems to be working out here on map 7 for Happy. Like coming in for the creep jack. He has to try something. This game has so far been an unmitigated disaster. Happy's gonna use the coil. Get the Ancient Django. A very good item. Wow. But Fly's actually gonna get 3 kills here. 2 ghouls died and maybe a fiend? Okay, maybe not. Oh no, he's gonna get it! Okay, good creep jack. Level 2 on the TC. Is this a way back into the game? Happy didn't have the Lich yet, didn't have the Orb yet. This was a really good timing.
A player's forces are under attack.
However, he still got sick items. Happy does. And now he's got the triple hero. Fly gonna snag away the consumable here. That's very nice. Big invo potion, always good. Sounds the TC couldn't get off the big stomp. Invo potion breaks through it. And there's the stomp. But it's only level 1. It's not that powerful yet. Ghoul's getting coiled. Of course, we have friends. The Ghoul's breaking through, but there's another big stomp. That one hit basically everything. Nicely done by Fly. He's out of mana now. Destroyer's also being morphed. The Wolf's not gonna be a big help anymore. Happy's chasing. He's so fast. The move speed is off the charts. He's got the Frenzy. He's got the double aura. He's close now also to level 4. One more kill would do it. A couple of Ghouls are going down, but they're easily replaced. Easily reinforced. And Fly is still fighting without a third hero. Has to wait still quite some time for this Shadow Hunter. TC almost surrounded. And with the Destroyer... Wait a minute. Big mistake by Happy. Feeding away the Destroyer. He was too greedy trying to get the Wolf. Bit of an oversight. But Happy's so far ahead, I don't think it matters too much. He's actually down in supply, believe it or not. But hero levels and all that, I'd say Happy has the big lead. And more Ghouls coming from the main again. Once more with upgrades. 1-1, I mean 1-0 into 1-1. He's looking for the big stomp again. Happy is not exposing too big of a stomp. But one does land, one Ghoul goes down, but also lots of Berserkers falling right after. That doesn't have many heroes. If you had a Blade Master on high level, plus 2 more heroes, then I would say perhaps this is possible. But without a Blade, with only a Farseer, this seems to be inconceivable. Oh, TC was in trouble there. Heal potion saves him though. He's almost level 3, man. So close. Only needs one more Ghoul. And he gets it. Gets that important kill. Gets to level 3, but only has enough mana for a single stomp at this point. And on this map, once you have Destroyers, you can creep so well. And speaking of big level ups, the level 3 here for the Dark Ranger, also gonna be huge. Does not leave the tome behind. He's thinking of Twitch chat. Alright, TC has to land a big stomp, and there it is! That's exactly the one he needed, but not enough mana for the Chain Lightning. This Farseer always seems to be out of mana somehow. A lot of Ghouls going down right away. But as we have seen so often, lots of Skellies being raised in return. DK taking a good bit of damage here, but not enough to be brought down. Instead it's a Shadow Hunter who falls. The third hero was very underleveled. Farseer now level 4. If he dies, game should be over. DK blocking the Farseer, uses the coil, gets the kill. It's also level 3. And GG. And Happy finishes it off in style. Today's Show Cup 59 goes to the Russian with an impressive 6-1 scoreline in the end. Flyer looking really good here on some maps, especially AZ comes to mind. This is the one map that it feels like he really should have won. But no, in the end it's only one map for him. And Happy reclaims the throne in Show Cup again. Before, he had an insane win streak of 49 wins in a row. Can he repeat that legacy? That would be crazy. He's going to be tested with a very tough opponent tomorrow already. And that's going to be Lin versus Happy tomorrow, 1 PM CET. And that's it for me today, boys. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for all the support. And now, we go offline and we watch the international VODs.